Hey guys, welcome back to the tech channel, and today I'll be reviewing all the earbuds I own. Let's get into it. Yeah, so here are all the earbuds I own, the truly wireless ones, and I own a lot of AirPod clones. These are all AirPod clones. This is not an AirPod clone. It's an actual real deal Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But let's take a look at the clones first, because it seems to catch a lot of traction on this YouTube space. Okay, so I'll just review these two at the same time because they're quite similar. So inpods 12 versus TWS 12. So I couldn't find the TWS 12 box, so the inpods 12 box are here, and it's very similar to an Apple packaging. The actual material of the case is good, and it comes with a Chinese manual. This one, the box that it came in was extremely cheap. It did not feel anything like the real thing. It was just not good. And the actual cover part was better, but that's besides the point. Anyway, let's take a look at the actual earbuds themselves. The dimensions of them are quite similar, with this coming out a little bit thicker and a little bit taller. Like if I'll do that, look, see? It's a little bit taller. And this is the back. They look extremely similar, with the only real difference being there's no button here. Same for this part. The top, you can't really tell. This one's a little bit thicker. And then they both charge via lightning. So they both come with little flimsy lightning cables that are like 2 centimeters long, but yeah. So major difference. This one's black and this one's white, and so this one's gonna look more realistic just because it's white. And this one's matte black. Personally, I like the look of these better just because I like matte black stuff better. But if you're looking for the appeal of, okay, I want these to look nice or look believable in the public, this is gonna be it. By the way, these both cost around 12 bucks Canadian. So, and I got these off AliExpress, both of them. So yeah, basically if you open these up, as I do, let's take out one of the earbuds. Basically, they both charge via 2-pin, and what I mean by that is there's like 2 little pins, as you can tell, and they charge by that in the case. So you can tell here, there's 2 little pins. This one, in terms of the case, like heaviness, this one's a little bit heavier. This one is extremely cheap and light feeling. It doesn't feel like there's a battery in there because the battery life on both of these are terrible. This one comes at around 4.5 hours with the case. This doesn't have any features. This is just 4.5 hours with the case. That's terrible. This one has 4 hours, I think, not 4, 3 hours, I think, with the case. Yeah, that's 3 hours with the case. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. And they're like, what? This one's like 1.5 hours without the case. This one is about 2 hours without the case. This one's thicker. Honestly, look at it. Do you see what I mean? This is way thicker. This is taller and thicker, the white one. So yeah, it doesn't look as nice. It doesn't look as realistic because this one's more similar to the proportions of the real one. This is taller, whatever. But yeah, and also there's no accelerometer. There's no, any real tech, like new innovation, because this is like, 12 bucks. So I mean, what can you expect, right? I swear they're made in the same factory. They look identical, essentially, with the only real difference being the shell. They both have really good touch gestures. This one's way better, honestly. This registers touches way better, but it's a little bit annoying because when you're trying to adjust it in your ear, you press it, right? So, and they both have these little flashing dots that go off when you're trying to pair, and that just kind of gives the whole thing away that you don't have real ones. You're probably wondering, how do they sound? Well, these ones sound terrible. Like, do not get these. These sound terrible. Like, I've listened to some really bad earbuds. I've listened to the Air Canada earbuds, those freebies that come with them, and they sound bad. And then I've also listened to Dollarama earbuds, those little $1, $2 earbuds, wired earbuds that like come in the cheapest packaging ever. Yeah, I've listened to that. those sound better than these do. Like, these sound distorted. They don't have any bass. It's all treble and a bit of mids. And there's no clarity at all. You can't hear what's going on. They go like the lyrics are muffled, and you can barely tell any like instrument separation. Like, there's no instrument separation. And just listen to this. What is that? It has this weird sound. The actual gestures are kind of incoherent. Like, you do double taps and triple taps, and it just doesn't register properly because the triple taps think it's double taps, and the double taps think it's single taps, and it's kind of a mess. And the microphones on these, this one I think has a microphone. I don't think this one has a microphone. So yeah, and the microphone on this is terrible. Like, you're gonna physically pain the other person on the line. So just don't. By the way, the sound of these earbuds, they're not that bad. I'd rank them maybe like one tier above the $2 Dollarama earbuds, but don't expect too much. It wasn't the best pairing process, but it's better than the pairing process of a lot of other earbuds. But the problem with these, and these three in particular, is that you have to hold them to turn on, and you have to hold them for like 2 seconds each to turn them off. Otherwise, they'll continue to play in your case, and it drains the battery. The very limited battery life that these have already. Let's get into this one. So, after that ranting, by the way, these magnets, bad. This one's even worse. The black one sounds even worse. So this one is not half bad. I mean, it's bad, but not half bad. Like, I've heard worse. This is actually pretty good for a clone, but the real one sounds better. And also, this is a little bit heavier. Again, by no means is this similar to the weight of the actual Pros, but it's better than this one. It's better than this one, at least. This one's crazy light. Same goes with the earbuds themselves. So let's take a look at the earbuds themselves. These ones look very, very, very similar to the originals. They also shine this little flashing red light. I got these for $12 as well. On AliExpress, my favorite website. Not really, but yeah, it's actually it's good to get these clones. They arrive like 6 weeks later, but it's fine. The actual finish is quite cheap. The silicone ear tip is very thin, but it does its job, again, for $12. This is a sticker, obviously. It's not, you can't expect too much. As you can tell, that just kind of made a mess of the earbud, but that's fine. I'm not going to take off the little ear tip thing because it takes forever to put back on. These don't have microphones at all. Hopefully this part, the grill part, that isn't actually a grill, it's flush. Yeah, that's not real. It doesn't look real, so it's gonna be in your ear, so no one's gonna know. Okay, sound quality. They are too treble heavy. They don't have any bass at all. Like bass is non-existent here, and they have a little bit of a distortion problem, and sound separation is terrible. The battery life is like something like, I don't even know, like 2 hours or something. So yeah, these sound better than these do just because of the silicone ear tip. The actual speaker is probably the exact same, but the actual silicone ear tip helps out because it goes into your ear canal and it sounds better. So yeah, lightning. I mean, okay. I would have preferred Type-C, just, but, they're trying to copy Apple, so I guess good job. And the magnets here, again, for the actual things, they're not half bad. Like, look, I'm shaking this like crazy. It doesn't come out at all. Wow, that's actually quite, good. The actual case, this is like metal, some aluminum, but it's quite cheap. Like, I can move it around, as you can tell, like, it's not very good, but that was $12. So what can you expect? Okay, let's get up to the actual one I hope you've been waiting for. But again, these ones seem to catch more traction. And by the way, if you're still here, I want to thank you for watching. I should have mentioned that a little bit earlier, but yeah, I wanted to thank you for watching. This really helps support the channel. This, also subscribing, liking, and commenting down below it would really help. I'll respond to each and every comment. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for sticking around. These are the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. These are the actual real ones. Wow, what a change of pace. So yeah, these ones are matte plastic, not matte rubber. This is rubber, I believe. And these ones go for about 150 USD right now, like, because there's so many discounts. But I got this one open box, so I don't actually have the original access, or not the original box. But yeah, I got the accessories. Like, I'm starting to doubt if these are the real ones because they don't have a mesh over them. Anyway, the actual earbuds themselves are real. I did a check, they work with the wearable apps. They have the right proportions. The battery life is great, and there's ANC, so obviously it's real. And this matte plastic is amazing compared to these ones. Once you put your fingers all over your greasy fingers, and it doesn't show fingerprints. It's amazing. This is the bottom. Qi wireless charging, amazing, and Type-C charging, even more amazing. So let's get into these ones. By the way, check out my other review on YouTube if you'd like. I'll put it in the top comment on here, just because I spent 2 hours editing that video, so I'd really appreciate it if you checked it out. So yeah, these are the buds themselves. They look amazing, as they always do. They look sleek. Don't worry, I'm not gonna constantly praise these. I do have some complaints. So yeah, basically these look amazing. Again, one big problem, glossy finish. I don't like gloss at all, just because it holds fingerprints. Luckily, this one has like an oleophobic coating, so you can't really get that fingerprint look unless you're like really trying to get it fingerprinty. But yeah, it actually looks really sleek all the time. It looks really shiny all the time. But I just don't like the glossy look, in my opinion. It just doesn't look as good as other things. Like if it was matte, that would have been better. So I got the black one, obviously. And if you take these out, these look, they're just sleek. When you put them in your ear, there's no annoying stem. No annoying stem that looks like that's 2 inches long, or an inch long. So yeah, oh, fan turned on, whoops. And then basically, it just looks better, in my opinion, And these, honestly, they sound amazing. Like, these buds, I know I own 3 other ones, and I don't actually own the real AirPods, but I listened to the other AirPods for quite a good amount of time. These ones sound better. Like, they just straight up sound better. So, and it's probably due to 2 things. Well, actually, I think it's 1 thing, but they have 2 speakers inside. So generally, for an actual earbud, they only have 1 speaker to control the bass, the mids, and the treble. So again, I am not an audiophile. I do not claim to be. Just saying, this is personal opinion. I'm just an average consumer, kind of. So yeah, these have an 11 millimeter woofer and a 6.5 millimeter tweeter. So the tweeter is tweeter controls the trebles, the highs and stuff, and the bass or the woofer controls the lows, which is the bass basically. So yeah, these sound great. They are kind of bass heavy, not too overpowering like some other cheap headphones. Beats. Yeah, so these sound really nice. Okay, we're getting to the big problem here. By the way, if you're still watching, thanks. Anyway, the big problem, comfort. As I mentioned in my original review, I will stand by that. These are so uncomfortable to wear. Like, my ear has molded to the shape because I wear them so often because, $100 isn't a little bit, it's expensive for a pair of earphones for me. So yeah, just in general, $100 is a lot. So, they kind of molded to my ears, but in general, these just are uncomfortable. Like, they added this plastic ridge, which is just terrible. Like, they probably added it for the woofer or like battery. The battery's, kind of average compared to other like higher end truly wireless earbuds. But yeah, I think they tried to attempt to make this like plastic built-in wingtip because there's no other wingtips included. and it's so uncomfortable. It pushes on the ridge of your ear, and it just feels uncomfortable. It's not good at all. Yeah, and also this is yeah, that's just one big problem with these. You can't really adjust that because it's actually the earbud themselves. You can probably buy wingtips for these, but they don't fit into the case, which is another problem. So yeah, and then these have 3 microphones, which is great because they sound great when calling. These are some of the best earbuds on the market right now for calling, wireless ones. And yeah, the passive sound isolation is really good, but the active noise cancellation is amazing. Not as good as the AirPods Pro, I'll admit, but very, very close. And the ambient sound mode kind of sounds artificial. It doesn't sound like, transparency mode or whatever. It's not a true competitor, but it's quite close. And also, these have, what is that? They have the, speak to turn off the ANC. So basically when you're talking to someone, you start talking, they basically turn off the ANC so you can hear them, and they turn down the volume, and the ambient sound mode comes on, and that's actually been amazing. Actually that feature, lifesaver, amazing feature. Every pair of earphones should have that. Seriously. Okay. Now if I were to rank these from worst to least, I'm gonna go like this. Okay, least at worst, best. I mean, obviously, this is way more expensive. And if we're actually going for how good these sound, for actual price to value, and if you're looking on the cheaper side of things, it'd go like this. But actual price to value, this. This is $100 open box, amazing deal. But if you're looking for that cheaper thing, get this one. Actually, these sound good for their price. They sound weirdly good. If you're coming from a pair of $1 earphones or whatever, these are affordable. They're good for the average consumer. You probably won't be able to tell. But yeah, these are just better. What can you expect? But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.